Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a repair video, test video on two instrument cluster for a 1999 EuroVan, and this is they were sent to me from Oregon, Jennifer Pasquarello, Portland, Oregon. Um, what she has is two clusters that are not working. His original, I think it's the one marked as one. Yep, and then the one she got from eBay, mark S2. I have mark them, and so is the um, covers. Let's say because this one has the plastic broken and well, cracked, not broken, and it's missing a few of the tabs and stuff like that. So I mark it so I don't mix them. So her hopes are to repair them and make sure that they can go back to her in a good working order, so she can either install the original back if it can be repaired, and either keep this one as a spare one, which I will absolutely recommend her to please do. If you want to keep the car, I will keep that as a spare. You never know when something burn and you will not be able to get one back, so it's better always to have sorry, a spare speedometer is not a bad thing to have. All right, so I have again her original. She said it's not working at all, and the mechanic tried to install the one from eBay. Said it's even worse. All right, so I got everything ready to go. I have the auto sim to supply the signal for this tachometer. Temperature and fuel will be here, and then the speed I checked it or provided with my simulator here. Powers are coming in and everything from the simulator. Thing that I noticed is like definitely the gauges are not following or looking for the home. So usually when I turn this on, well, actually they did this time. We got 190,978 miles on this one. All right, so we got um, blinking light, which is good. Let's check. All right, so blinkers and that is working. The three lights on the top are working. Let's see how the temperature and fuel gauge reacts. These two are working this time, and I just had it plugged in first, and they were like not working, but we'll see. So let me provide tachometer signal. Yeah, that is not working. So as you can see, I have right now 50%, and it's about the signal is out, and there's no response. Let me change that to not this one. Let me turn the signal off and not the duty cycle. Let me change the hertz to 100. See if we get any response at all, which I doubt. Yeah, no response on that. So let's put the at least this one is indeed working. No, the Commodore. Oh yeah, this one is stuck. I can feel it. Okay, so just to make sure that we are the RPM signal. Yeah, that should be. Oh, right now a reading there for a brief second. I don't know if you guys were able to catch that. Make sure my wires are not getting burned. So we gotta, yeah, you see right there. When I unplug it and plug it, it tried to read sometimes. So the signal is being sent. We definitely have a problem in the tachometer. So let me turn this off. I'm going to turn the signal off in here. Let me raise the temperature. See if the needles goes up. This light should blink now, and it does. So that's a good response from the instrument cluster. We can see the temperature raising. The fuel gauge is a little slower to raise, but I will after. I gotta, all right, so that should be okay. You see, that's normal. Okay, that's a normal behavior. Let me bring them down now. a little sticky on the fuel level. Let me make it go down to 0 again. Rest. Okay, that was okay. Trying to reproduce her concerns. So when we checked again, I can prove that it works. Definitely that tachometer is still not working. The signal should be on, and it's not. I got cut by a cold, but yeah. So I have now number one out of the bench, and I have number two. Again, this is the eBay one. Marcus 2, and I have another mark up in the tab, so I don't mix them just in case right there. So we're going to do the same test. Let me put this thing here. Okay, so let's move the needles. This needle feels weird. Okay, let me put the power on. They did find the home. I don't like the dashes and no um, mileage. That is probably a battery problem, which is a problem for this because no, these are the old styles EEPROM, but we'll see. Yeah, we have a problem with the cluster. Hopefully you guys saw that. That is not really that much of a problem as far as the hour. I can see everything at least coming on. Let me see if I can get this to change. All right, so we got 1 hour in there, so that is okay. Again, I don't like that. It's already reading with nothing applied to it. We can see that all the needles are going up. That is definitely a shorted bore. I will probably just stop here because when this is like this, it's dangerous to really start doing the test because this means it's a short. See how the needles with no power, I mean just the power. I'm not supplying any signals. When I'm supplying, let me just turn this off. So when I'm supplying the signals, you will see this on. So that is, and this is off. So again, you see south is off. And in 970, I'm not supplying anything to the gauges as far as temperature or anything else. So again, needle finder home, but as soon as it's left alone for a little bit, you saw how the needles are starting to climb by itself, and that is good. Um, just put the ignition on. You see, just ignition on. We have that weird reading in there, and then the needles are in a position that should not be. All right, so let's see how this one is. I got high hopes on her original. Let's see how we can do or what we can do with this one, and then we go from there. All right, this is short video testing Jen's in Oregon. See how it goes, and I will contact her and let her know. But I mean, everything is at least engages coming on. I don't like the not reading of mileage, but um, that can be secondary as long as you can read what the speed is. You have a reading. Not sure if I want to put the signals or not. Let me. Yeah, so we got all bulbs are off as well. Let me just try it. I mean, yeah, I'm providing the speed and nothing is happening. So as you can see, I'm now changing the speed in there. Come on, this takes a little longer to react. Come on. I want to go over to like 44, which should be like around 20 miles per hour, and we have absolutely no response in there. Yeah, let me just do what I said and turn this off because, yeah. All right, so we got a problem with this one. This will be part one testing before repairs. And I will probably, if I make it short, that's just do one video. All right, guys, so I'll be right back. Stay tuned. Bye-bye. All right, guys, first one is done. I just finished the repairs, set up the needles. Um, Let me just power everything up. So yeah, we got everything on in here. Well, let's put the needles in a different position as I normally do. I like that sound in there. Let me just do it one more time. Okay. That is good. Let me check the other one. Lines are good. Let's put the temperature and needle. Perfect. All right, so let's put now speedometer and 10 miles per hour. Oh, sorry, I got 44. So let me go on down to 14 hertz. That was the last one checking the number too. So 14 hertz should be 10 miles an hour, 14, 15, whatever the minimum I can go in here. And that's what we got. All right, so let me set up this one to on. And that should be, yep, 1,000 RPMs. All right, so let me turn the signal off. Turn the speedometer off. And then turn this off. Because this is for the adjustments. See, this one is a little off and I need to adjust that. So give me just 1 second. Again, this is for needle calibration. So everything is back in 0. So let's get the everything to go up to normal readings. Now it's in perfect 10, quarter, half exactly. So that is what it's supposed to be. So let's rate this now, RPMs to 20, or 2000, sorry. And now we're going to put this into 44, I think it was. I gotta check my numbers. No, it's, let me see. Let me just get the data here. Give me just 1 second, guys, so I can pull the folder. I'm pretty much ready, so it should be not a much delay. Oh, that's the incorrect one. Turn resistant. All right, so 29 hertz should be 20 miles, and 100 hertz should be 1,000 RPM. So we got 1,000 hertz, 20, and I have to get 29 hertz. So 29 hertz, and that's how I put this to make sure that it's calibrated properly. Might be a little off. Well, it's hard to say. This one is perfect. That one, we know they're now in the exact position. So let's turn the signal off once again. And this one off. Make sure they all come back to 0. This is still a little off. So all you got to do is make sure that you move it slowly, softly, because I haven't pushed the needles all the way down. Let me just do this with both hands because I don't want to damage the needle. Yeah, if you're doing this on your own, which I recommend you to send it to me and I can take care of you. Yes, you want to make sure that before you push the needle all the way in, you have done this adjustment and the miles and everything is reading properly. You will have to have the tools that I have here. So, all right, so let's put the miles in 20 again. We have, let me see, it should be 29. All right, 29 hertz, 20 miles an hour, and that is right in the money. And let me put the speedometer, the tachometer back in there, and it's reading good. So now we can just make sure the speed is indeed moving good. Then, dropping there is just a notch that I have on the signal, but that is moving nice and smooth. All right, so we got a fully working. I can go up to, let me see what the last, yeah, 40 miles should be 59 hertz. Let me just put that in there. And that is 40 miles an hour, 59 hertz. So yes, yeah, calibrations are perfect. So the needles are set properly and everything is working 100% on this one. I'm going to raise the temperature now again to get the light to blink. And that is exactly what we're looking for. Perfect. I'm going to go higher and then that will make the needles react to go to full pretty shortly. Yep. That's exactly where we want to go. All right, excellent. I wrap it down because I don't like to let it go all the way to like the maximum. But yep, they're responding good. All right, so I can let it drop again to minimum. Perfect. Let's turn the speedometer and tach off to make sure they come back to zero, and they do. All right, so Jennifer, your original cluster is fully working. I'm going to move into number two again. That is number one, fully working and ready to go. All right, let's see how it goes with the next one. This one was just the common. It replaced again, all capacitors, voltage regulators, solder order cracks. This is like a repetitive repair for me. So I always inspect and check and test to make sure that it's repairable before I spend the time and customers' money and something that cannot be repaired. But if I know that it can be repaired like this one, I just go like in auto mode, replace everything, and then retest. If I see something glitchy or something, then I will come back. Or if I see a pad that is completely eaten by, the capacitor leaking or so, then I have to put more time in there. That doesn't change the output or the price of the repair, but those are still for me considered normal repairs because of the age. I know what I'm dealing with, but if I have a burn or damaged cluster that is beyond repair or it will take more than the normal parts to get fixed, then I contact the customer. All right, so let me move into the next one. I'll be right back. All right, guys, and Jen, yeah, no luck with the other one. I will just recommend you, Jen, to keep this one as a spare for parts. These covers are good. All the needles are good. I mean, somebody was just butchering this poor instrument cluster. These are not even the correct screws. I'm not even going to solve this. This is for not for this cluster. I don't know who put this on. All this cluster uses is like this type of screws. Torque is a T. I think it's a T15. Let me just double check that. T10. So there are T10s. They put those Phillips regular thread. All the threads inside is plastic. So you are going to have a plastic holder. That thread is for metal, as we can see here. So that ain't working at all. So very, very cheap trying to repair something, and they damage the threads in here. The whole now the power's in ground for those bulbs, and that's why those bulbs were not coming on. And that can be repaired. I can put new plastic, and that can be fixed. Um, it looks like they repair the stepper motors, and they damage, kind of like damage a little bit of it, this LCD here. The screen, most of the clips that hold the board into that they're also broken. They shop around here. I mean, I don't know what they were doing in here. Did they cut the plastic completely here? And as you can see, it's missing components. The board right there, there is on this component right here, there is a few legs that are completely destroyed, broken. Let me actually get a microscope so we can see that better. Yep, I have it ready to go. So let me just get a little more focus into that. Perfect. So we can see, well, first of all, there is a missing component right there. And then here on the corner of this IC, which is the memory controller, or let's call this microcontroller, right? So let me just get close to where we can see that, but it has a broken leg, and it's broken all the way to the bottom. That's not repairable. So the problem is right here. I'm going to make that arrow right here. This wire right here, this one is completely broken to the point that this IC is no longer, and this is one of the main communication rails, because I will go from there to the EEPROM and communication. So, yep, that is why we got dashes, and that's why the instrument cluster does not work. Doesn't mean this is not good for her. Jennifer, yes, we have a lot of parts that are going to be very hard to find. I will just keep it for the sake of the LCDs, plastics in the board itself, because the board itself is not in bad shape. This is good. I don't see, burn spots or anything that will um, damage it, or not making that not usable. If yours by any chance ever gets water damage or something like that, we can reuse this for yours. So I will put it together, send it your way, and then you can keep this one for parts. All right, guys. Yep, a conclusion on one not repairable and the other one good repair. Again, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.